Success looks different for everyone. For some, it's landing a new role at work. For others, it might be reaching a fitness milestone or ticking off a personal goal. No matter what success means to you, the ideas we'll walk through here can help you get there. We each carry a unique mix of habits that shape how we handle daily challenges and opportunities. Today, we're exploring 100 Things Successful People Do by Nigel Cumberland, a book filled with practical tools and actionable advice to help you grow and succeed in all areas of life. In this summary, you'll discover the key habits that move people closer to their goals, habits that impact your career, relationships, finances, and inner peace. By making intentional changes, replacing harmful habits with helpful ones, you'll start to see the kind of progress that feels truly meaningful. Stick around to the end of this episode, where we'll highlight some powerful takeaways you won't want to miss. And if you find this helpful, be sure to check out the rest of our book summaries for more insights and inspiration. Let's dive in and take the first steps toward becoming the person you want to be. Chase your dreams. It's one of the boldest and most important things you can do. Plenty of people will tell you not to. They'll encourage you to play it safe, to be realistic, to choose the path that seems more stable and responsible. They might even say your dreams won't put food on the table. And sure, on the surface, that argument might sound reasonable. But a life spent ignoring your deepest ambitions can feel empty. Dreams are powerful because they spark excitement. They challenge you. They pull you beyond your limits and demand growth. Choosing to follow your own dream instead of someone else's version of a good life is essential. Real success only matters when it's tied to something that brings you joy and meaning. Living by other people's expectations might bring brief comfort, but it won't lead to lasting fulfillment. If you want to feel truly successful, start by following what lights you up. Over time, that desire to improve yourself and live a life you care about will naturally bring better opportunities your way. The truth is, most successful people didn't stick to just what was sensible. They leaned into what made them come alive. Look at Steve Jobs, for example. If he had cared more about pleasing others, he might have stayed in school, finished his degree, and landed a standard job. But he didn't. He dropped out, took a risk, and built one of the most iconic tech companies of our time. Now, let's apply that lesson to your own journey. Start by figuring out what your dream really is. What brings you joy? What did you imagine being when you were a kid? What activities make you feel energized and engaged? What's something new you've been itching to try? Reflecting on questions like these will help you get clarity on what your dream looks like. Once you have a sense of it, it's time to map out a plan. Think about what steps you can take, big or small, to start moving in that direction. Sure, there will be obstacles. There always are. But instead of getting caught up in the reasons not to act, focus on what you stand to gain. Every decision comes with some level of risk. What matters is deciding which dreams are worth that risk. Studies show that nearly half of workers in the UK don't use their annual paid vacation. This trend isn't unique to the UK. Many countries report similar numbers. People who push themselves too hard, the so-called workaholics, often pay the price with burnout. They lose energy and begin to feel detached from their work and life. Think of a laptop. It might run non-stop for 8 to 10 hours, maybe 12 if it's in power-saving mode. But eventually, it has to shut down and recharge. The battery runs low, and it needs time to fully recover. We're not so different. Taking breaks isn't a luxury. It's a basic human need. Stepping away helps us stay sharp, productive, and mentally well. People who don't allow themselves time to rest are more prone to anxiety and stress. Without space from constant work, they burn out faster. Stress wears you down, drains your focus, and affects your performance. mistakes, and poor judgment often follow. So take that day off when life starts to feel like too much. And when you do, remind yourself why you began this journey in the first place. Time off gives your brain a chance to breathe. It helps you reset and return to your tasks with a clearer mindset. Most people find their productivity actually improves after a break. Even a short step outside can do wonders. Fresh air, a walk, a moment away from your screen. It all adds up. Make it a habit to pause for 5 minutes. Fit those short breaks into your day, especially when things get intense. One method that works well is the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then break for 5. These mini breaks help you regroup, stay focused, and boost creativity. But when you're on a break, really take a break. Don't check your emails or work chats. The same goes for weekends and holidays. Disconnect fully. Learn to keep work and life in their proper places. Now, let's talk about living within your means. Money plays a big role in helping you chase your dreams. It opens doors, provides tools, builds connections, and gives you the flexibility to make things happen. But what really drives success with money isn't just earning it, it's being motivated to save and grow it. Too many people overlook this. A study in the UK found that around 31% of income earners don't save anything. They spend everything they earn, chasing quick satisfaction. Some try to earn more by any means, thinking more money will solve their problems. But true financial health isn't about showing off expensive gadgets or a fat bank account. It's about having money available when you need it, now and later. Financial freedom means not having to depend on others. It means stability and peace of mind. Every person who's achieved long-term success has learned to be smart with their money. Sticking to a budget and living within your limits is key to that freedom. If you start small and consistently save each month, it adds up. Find the right investment, and that savings could double or even triple over time. Don't go into debt just to look wealthy. Instead, focus on learning how to save and invest wisely. Don't depend solely on your paycheck. Here's how to apply this. Start by setting a clear financial goal. Look at all your income sources and decide how much you can reasonably save each month. Make sure your savings plan supports your larger goals, whether that's retiring in 10 years or saving for your kids. Next, watch your spending. Buy what you need and treat yourself sometimes, but don't get caught up in impulse purchases. Just because something's new or trendy doesn't mean you have to own it. Practice saying no. That's how financial discipline begins. And finally, learn to let go, starting with learning to forgive. Whenever you're feeling down, it's usually because a wave of negative emotions has taken over, things like anger, jealousy, or resentment. These feelings can become obstacles that hold you back from making progress in life. When you hold on to grudges and choose not to forgive, you're essentially chaining yourself to the past. That kind of emotional baggage keeps you from fully living in the present, trapping you in a cycle where the same feelings keep resurfacing. Forgiveness plays a key role in personal growth and success. Letting go of what's behind you is what helps you move toward what's ahead. There's a saying that refusing to forgive is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. When you forgive, you're not excusing their behavior or pretending it didn't hurt. You're choosing to release the emotional burden. It's about no longer wasting your energy on those who wronged you. In truth, forgiveness helps you far more than it helps the other person. So let go, for your own peace. Create some space between yourself and the pain. Choose to step away from bitterness and lean into positivity instead. Start practicing this shift in your life by embracing forgiveness with honesty. The first step is admitting that what happened did hurt you. Feeling upset over something small doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. But to move forward, you've got to be real about how you feel. Pretending you're fine when you're not only causes more harm. It disconnects you from your true emotions and makes it harder to heal. Face those feelings head on, and then let them go. There's no manual for forgiveness. You don't need to follow some formal process or prove to others that you've let it go. It all starts from within. Find peace with what happened and come to terms with it. Only then will you be strong enough to face the situation with clarity. Forgiveness is personal. You decide how to approach it. Maybe you'll speak to the person. Maybe you won't. That's your call. But do it from a place of inner strength. And that brings us to confidence. What does it really mean to be confident? Is it about thinking you're better than everyone else when you walk into a room? Or is it about having a kind of presence that draws others in? Confidence isn't about comparison. It's about trusting in who you are and what you bring to the table. It's a key part of achieving success. When you're truly confident, you're content with yourself and your life. You're not chasing approval. Gratitude naturally follows, because you recognize what you have is enough. You're not looking for ways to feed your ego. But for those who struggle with self-belief, success often feels out of reach. They constantly worry whether they measure up, and they tend to make decisions based on what others might think, rather than what's right for them. It's normal for confidence to ebb and flow. Life has a way of affecting how we feel about ourselves. Some days, you might feel unstoppable. Other days, it might seem like no one sees your worth. Even little remarks from others can shift your confidence. A compliment can lift you up, while a single negative comment can plant seeds of doubt. What's important is learning to filter those opinions. Take in what's helpful and leave the rest behind. Recognize that not all feedback is worth holding on to. Some of it is just noise. People may criticize you to make themselves feel better. Don't let their judgment shape how you see yourself. Let your self-worth come from within, not from what others say about you. That's how lasting confidence is built. Push yourself outside your comfort zone. New situations can feel overwhelming, and it's okay to be nervous. Confidence doesn't mean having all the answers. It means being willing to learn and grow. Even if you don't feel confident yet, go ahead and carry yourself as if you do. That posture will give you the room to build real confidence with time. Eventually, your mindset will catch up with your actions, and that inner strength will start to feel natural. One day, you'll find yourself no longer faking it. What once felt like pretending will start to feel real. As you convince others, something shifts. You begin to convince yourself too. Start pulling back from your attachment to material things. More often than not, people splurge on expensive stuff, not because they genuinely desire it, but because they want to project an image of success. Wanting to present yourself well isn't wrong in itself. The problem starts when you don't know where to draw the line. You've got to remember, your worth isn't tied to the price tags on your clothes or the brand of your car. You can't purchase your way to real success. So many people try to look successful by buying luxury items, designer bags, high-end clothes, flashy cars. But ironically, that effort can actually take them further away from the life they're trying to imitate. That's not to say you should never treat yourself. Buying something nice for yourself is completely fine. The key is to be honest about why you're buying it. Are you doing it for yourself or to impress someone else? Wealth isn't the scoreboard for happiness or success. People who are truly successful don't feel the need to flaunt what they own. If you want to start detaching from that mindset, try this approach. First, take a look at everything you own, your shoes, clothes, bags, whatever. Do you really need all of it? Has your closet become a storage unit for stuff you barely touch? Start sorting through your things, what you actually use, and what's just taking up space. Second, let go of what you don't need. When it comes down to it, life doesn't require much. You could easily get by with a single pair of shoes, a few shirts, and a handful of pants. If you know you're not going to use something, don't hang on to it. Choosing a simpler lifestyle will naturally loosen your grip on wealth. Third, switch up your habits. Stop piling on more stuff and stick to what really serves you. When you feel overwhelmed by clutter, take it as a signal to pause and reset. Clear out the excess. Doing this regularly will sharpen your understanding of what really matters to you. Over time, this habit saves you more than space. It saves time, energy, and money. But here's the bigger step. Get out of your comfort zone. That's where growth happens. People who succeed don't just have lucky breaks. They've worked to break away from bad habits and build better ones. Growth, though, comes with loss. You'll have to face risk. You'll have to face moments that make you uneasy. But that discomfort is often the birthplace of something better. Every successful person has one thing in common. They've all had to push past what felt safe and familiar. Taking that leap opens doors to learning new skills and gaining experience that moves you forward. Most people avoid risks because they're uncomfortable with change. But change is usually triggered by discomfort. People often wait until they're fed up with their current reality before they take action. For instance, someone might stay in a toxic relationship just because it's what they know. If you're serious about chasing success, you need to realize early on that change isn't just part of the journey, it is the journey. If you stay where you are now, you're not going to get to where you dream of being. Success won't show up on your doorstep. You have to go after it. So step out of your comfort zone. Pay attention to how you feel. Figure out what makes you nervous or afraid. Identify those fears. When you know what scares you, you're better prepared to face whatever life throws at you. To truly grow, you'll need to make smart choices. Not every risk is worth taking, but some are. Weigh what's at stake. Look at what you stand to gain. Think about the long-term impact. If the payoff matters to you, take the leap. And even if it doesn't go perfectly, you'll walk away with experience. Be brave enough to fail. The real reason many people fall short of their goals isn't because they lack talent. It's because they're afraid to take the first step. Ask someone why they haven't chased their dream, and chances are they'll mention fear. Fear of change. Fear of what it might take to begin. People often steer clear of taking chances because they're scared of falling short. They cling to what's familiar and comfortable, thinking that's the safest route. But comfort doesn't lead to growth. Success doesn't mean you never fail. It means you keep going anyway. Some of the most valuable lessons you'll ever learn won't come from textbooks, but from real-life experiences that challenge you. Don't let fear of failure keep you stuck. The truth is, most people aren't afraid of failure itself. They're afraid of how others will judge them. But here's something to remember. People are far too wrapped up in their own lives to spend much time judging yours. So stop waiting for approval and start trusting your instincts. Follow what feels true to you. If you don't take a leap now and then, you'll never discover what you're really capable of. Making mistakes is just part of the deal. It's how we grow. Start taking smart risks. There will always be reasons to hold back. Maybe you're afraid to lose something, or maybe you're worried about how you'll look. Whatever the reason, let it go. Take the risks that feel worth it. Push your boundaries and carve out your own direction. Look into the stories of people who've achieved great things. Many of them took risks that could have ended in failure, but they did it anyway. Learn from their journeys. These could be founders of huge companies, artists, or innovators. Their stories can inspire you and build your confidence. One day, your journey might inspire someone else too. Start by cutting ties with toxic people. The people you surround yourself with shape your mindset more than you might realize. If you want to succeed, you need to be around those who uplift you, challenge you in positive ways, and support your growth. Stay in spaces that support your well-being. The people who consistently drain your energy, hold you back, or make you question your worth are the ones you need to distance yourself from. Not every negative person is toxic, but those who constantly complain, criticize, or manipulate are doing damage, even if it's subtle. You don't have to accept bad behavior. If someone makes you feel small, stressed, or uncomfortable, it's time to pull away. Whether it's a friend who never takes responsibility, someone who lies to you often, a parent who puts you down, or a coworker who embarrasses you, it doesn't matter who it is. You have the right to protect your peace. Cut out the toxic energy. Once your space is clear of those influences, your goals will start to feel more within reach. The first step is recognizing who those people are. Stop making excuses for their behavior. Pay attention to how they treat you and what that does to your mindset. Next, practice saying no. Sometimes people try to guilt trip you into doing things that don't serve you. Learn to say no without feeling bad about it. Protecting your time and energy is not selfish, it's smart. Then, limit your contact with toxic people as much as you can. You may not be able to remove certain people entirely, like relatives or lifelong friends, but you can set boundaries. Spend as little time with them as possible. Don't let their behavior mess up your progress. When you create a healthy, positive environment, the path to success gets much clearer. Get into the habit of planning. Everyone has their own way of moving through life. Some prefer to plan, while others just take things as they come. Planning helps you feel prepared and stay on top of things. But when plans fall apart, it's easy to feel defeated. Meanwhile, spontaneous people might handle surprise moments better because they're used to adapting quickly. The downside? They're often caught off guard in difficult situations. The truth is, you need a bit of both to really thrive. Successful people plan for the future while also being ready to pivot when needed. They make thoughtful decisions even in chaos, and they're open to new opportunities when they come along. When you get comfortable with planning, reaching your goals becomes a lot more manageable. Plans don't always unfold the way you expect. In those moments, being able to think on your feet matters. Make planning a regular part of your life. Start small, create a daily to-do list. Map out how you want your day to go. Think ahead about the possibilities, and you'll be ready for whatever comes your way. Think through both the best and worst-case scenarios and how you'd respond to them. As your day unfolds, unexpected moments are bound to show up. When they do, trust your instincts to guide you. For handling the worst outcomes, consider what the absolute worst situation might look like, not in detail, but just enough to help you figure out a way forward if it ever comes. Balancing structure and flexibility is key. Here are a few ways to help you plan effectively while staying open to what life brings. 1. Define your goals clearly. Know what you want in the short term and long term. Having this clarity helps you stay focused and gives your actions a clear direction. 2. Make a daily plan. Begin each day with an outline of what you need to get done. Write down your top priorities, assign time slots for your tasks, and make space for anything unexpected that might come up. 3. Prepare for what might go wrong. always have an alternative in mind. Think ahead about what challenges might show up and how you deal with them. That way, you won't be caught off guard. 4. Be adaptable. Don't cling too tightly to your plans. Sometimes, great opportunities come up out of nowhere. Being flexible lets you say yes when something promising appears. 5. Review and adjust often. Check in on your progress regularly. Figure out what's working, what's not, and make the changes needed to keep moving toward your goals. When you strike a balance between being prepared and staying open, you'll be better equipped to handle life's twists and turns, and you'll spot chances you might have otherwise missed. This mindset makes reaching your goals more realistic and helps you build a more satisfying life. Regret nothing. A lot of people leave this world with a heart full of regrets. They look back at the chances they didn't take or the time they didn't spend with loved ones. What they regret most are often the simple things they could have done every day. Those who succeed tend to be the ones willing to try something new when the opportunity presents itself. Compared to those who always play it safe, these folks carry fewer regrets. Speak from your heart and connect deeply with the people who matter. If there's a moment to say something meaningful or make a big change and you don't take it, you'll likely wish you had later on. Take the leap. Reach out to people you've grown distant from. Say what needs to be said, whether it's an apology, forgiveness, or appreciation. If there's someone you're thankful for, tell them how much they've impacted you. When unsure who to reach out to, ask yourself, will I regret not doing this down the line? If the answer is yes, then don't wait. Go for it. Let go of the fears or doubts that are holding you back from truly living. This life is the only one you get. Chase those lifelong goals you've been carrying in your heart. Begin now, so you don't look back wishing you had started sooner. Here are a few steps to help you build a regret-free life. First, take risks. Say yes to new experiences. Don't let fear stop you from doing something bold or unfamiliar. Second, share your emotions. Be real about how you feel. Whether it's love, gratitude, or forgiveness, don't hold back. Don't wait for a perfect moment. It may never come. Third, focus on the people you care about. Spend quality time with them. Invest in your relationships and make lasting memories. Fourth, go after your dreams. Follow what excites you. Push through doubts and roadblocks to make your goals a reality. Fifth, reflect and take action. Check in with yourself regularly. If you sense any lingering regret, do something about it. Make the change. Don't let it sit and grow. When you commit to these habits, you create a life that feels full, without the weight of looking back and wishing things had been different. Embrace each moment. Stay close to the people who matter, and keep moving toward your dreams. To wrap it up, first, we explored the value of pursuing your true ambitions. People who succeed tend to follow their inner voice, even when it leads them down an uncertain path. Second, we highlighted the need to rest. Burnout hits those who never pause. Try using the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Avoid working on weekends and make sure to take real vacations now and then. Third, we touched on the importance of financial discipline. Trying to look rich often leads to serious debt. Living within your means gives you control and peace of mind. Try cutting back on your monthly expenses and focus on saving whenever you can. The fourth key takeaway centered around forgiveness. Letting go of resentment is more about setting yourself free than helping the other person. When you forgive, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it to bring peace into your own life. The fifth lesson focused on building confidence. Confidence is essential if you want to succeed. Those who make it in life trust their own skills and judgment. Even if you're nervous, Make a habit of pushing past your comfort zone and acting with confidence. Next up was learning how to loosen your grip on material things. Owning more doesn't mean living better. True happiness doesn't come from possessions. A simple life can be just as fulfilling, sometimes even more so. Knowing the difference between what you truly need and what you just want is key. The seventh insight dealt with the importance of stepping beyond your comfort zone. Staying where you are means staying stuck. Growth and achievement require risk. The more you challenge yourself, the more opportunities you'll discover. Then came the lesson on having the courage to fail. Failure often scares people, but it's actually a stepping stone to your goals. Don't be afraid to take chances that matter. Let go of fear, ignore outside judgment, and stay focused on your own progress. The ninth point stressed removing toxic influences from your life. Surrounding yourself with harmful people holds you back. When you accept poor behavior, it starts to shape your own. Stop making excuses for those who drain your energy. Distance yourself from negative environments. The 10th message highlighted the power of planning. Success needs both preparation and flexibility. People who thrive find the balance between mapping things out and jumping on unexpected chances. Learn to plan for tough situations, but stay ready to move quickly when opportunity shows up. The final lesson was about minimizing regrets. Treat every day like it counts. Do the things that bring you joy and invest time in relationships that matter. Make amends with those you've grown apart from. Forgive, say sorry when needed, and tell people you love them before time slips away. Success isn't just a destination. It's a collection of choices, habits, and mindsets we commit to every single day. The book 100 Things Successful People Do invites us to rethink what it really means to live a meaningful, purpose-driven life. It's not about chasing perfection or following someone else's blueprint. It's about showing up for yourself with intention, courage, and consistency. Here's a challenge for you. Starting today, pick just one principle from the book. Whether it's stepping outside your comfort zone, letting go of toxic habits, or practicing gratitude, and commit to it for the next 7 days. Keep a journal, reflect each night, and see how just one small shift can ripple through every part of your life. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, don't forget to like this video. Leave us a comment with your favorite insight and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future book summaries. And if you know someone who could use a boost of motivation, share this with them too. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We're honored to be part of your personal growth journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay grounded, and remember, your best life starts with what you choose to do today. See you soon.